Hello. All right, I just left a message for one of my clients and I thought it would be wonderful to share it here with you. She had a slip up. We all do. And I want to encourage you to think about it a little bit differently. People and your success and what they see of your success is not based on every single decision you make, every minute of your life. It really is what you do the majority of the time. And I'm going to tell you a true story. I had lost all my weight. I was still making peace with my binge eating behaviors, and I had binged the night before I had gone somewhere, and the person who saw me hadn't saw me in a long time, and of course I had lost 170 pounds, right? And all that I was fixated on while she was, complimenting me on my body, on my changes, and how much weight I had lost was, does she not know I binged last night? Like, I'm a horrible failure. I remember actually having these thoughts. I'm a horrible failure. I binged last night. She shouldn't be coming to me for advice or ideas. And I was just really mentally beating myself up for having a slip the night before. And she just kept going on and saying how wonderful it was, and I felt I did not deserve it. I was kind of like a imposter syndrome. But after that interchange with her, I came back and I had an epiphany moment where I really realized that what she was seeing was a manifestation of change over time. And what I did the majority of the time, 75, 80% of the time, was what was showing up in front of her. The 25% or 30% of the time that I had mistakes, slip-ups, binges, overeating, those things were not what she saw, because that wasn't the most impactful, right? Because I'd have these moments, I'd get back up, I'd get back to my normal behaviors. And I had this moment where I realized, one, perfection is not required for this journey. Two, I don't have to do all the things all the time. What I need to do is course correct as soon as I have a slip up. Three, that where I had problems before, like I was having binge eating behaviors before and overeating behaviors, those were the majority. When I was overweight, it was the inverse. I was doing the unhealthful behaviors 75, 80% of the time, and thinking I was doing a lot of good stuff when I would join the gym and go work out once or twice, or I'd eat one salad. I believed that those one-off efforts were going to move the needle. What I realized was, as long as I did the things that were helpful the majority of the time, even if I have a slip up, and I still do. We're talking, I started this in 2006. We're in 2021, people. I still am not perfect. I don't binge anymore, thank goodness. I'm behind that. But, I still have overeating moments. I still don't always hit my calorie targets. I still am not perfect because I'm human. And I'm not putting that responsibility on me to be perfect because I can't be. But what I can do is 75, 80% of the time, maybe even 85% of the time, I can do the right things. And the reason I share this with you is I know a lot of people struggle with imposter syndrome. You've lost all this weight. You had a slip up. Oh my gosh, nobody should be asking me for help or advice. Yes, they should, because what it is you're doing the right things the majority of the time. Your one-off slip-ups here and there are not who you are or what you're about. You're human. You're going to have those. To think you're not is to put yourself in something other than a human status, right? We don't want to be there. So I just want to encourage you to embrace the slip-ups. Know they're going to happen. Know you could be 10, 12 years out of maintaining your weight and still having them. It's not a character flaw. It's called you're human. And you're exposed to food all the time. And sometimes you want to do the things you know to do, and sometimes you don't. And that's okay. As long as you're always getting yourself back on track, and as long as 75, 80% of the time, you're doing the things that keep your health in check. So I just hope that helps, because I see so many people putting so much focus on the one slip up. And if you're like me, maybe you're standing in front of somebody going, don't you know I just overate 2 donuts today? Why are you complimenting me? But they're not complimenting you on the 2 donuts. They're complimenting you on the years and months of effort you've been putting into this journey, and it's physically visible to them in front of them, you know? So just want to encourage you, think of this whole process differently. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to nail everything every day. You just have to get back on track when you get knocked off. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.